What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
All right. What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani.
And this is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin.
Yeah, baby. Side by side, in person, first ever.
First time ever. Awesome. What's today's date? September 21st, 2024. And we've been doing this since 2020.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. First
Maybe
time
2021. I can't remember.
Yeah, but now we get to do it side by side. You get to see us together.
First time ever.
First time ever. So super excited.
I was here and Reggie, I used your bathroom before the podcast and never experienced this before. Warm toilet seat. And I don't think I'm a fan. I don't think I'm a fan of the warm toilet seat.
You can always just turn the warm off.
The butt was already on. What am I going to get up middle?
That's for middle of the night, right? That's for middle of the night when it's cold and
it's not that cold for that.
You don't want to get jarred. You sit down, you're like, ooh, that's cold.
Yeah, I sat down and was sweating. It's like,
how long were you sitting down? That's the question.
I had a big breakfast.
There you go.
Big breakfast.
Big breakfast. All right. Well, we're here, man. We get to do this thing. I got to see Sal perform last night. He's in town with Michael Rappaport. Is it Rappaport? Or is it like French where there's no T?
No, I think there's a T. You
So
go T. I think, what's interesting? Like, I know he's catching a lot of heat lately because it's super pro-Israel online. But, like, you see that one aspect and you're like, oh, this is all that is. And then you go see him do stand-up and it's like 4 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much more to people.
So much more. But
we don't realize it.
He set himself up, though, because that soundbite.
Yeah.
That soundbite is what we all saw on Instagram.
He's still saying he doesn't know who he's going to vote for.
Yeah, which is BS. He just saying that because he doesn't want to have to walk it back. Listen, this dude went in hard on Donald Trump.
Oh, for years. And I love that about him.
He went in hard, called him all kind of names. And then it became about one issue.
Right.
And then he was like, I guess I got to support this guy. And I was like, wait, what? You literally going to make this whole thing about one issue with everything at stake, everything, Project 2025, and this way the guy talks, the way he treats people, like the lack of a plan, everything, his disrespect for cultures and races and everything, it becomes one issue. And you literally are ready to throw everything out for that one issue. So I'm not joking. I stopped following the dude on Instagram. I was like, yo, unfollow. And then I watched him last night and he's like, I don't know who I'm gonna vote for. I got one side of guys a career criminal, and the other side he didn't really have anything for Kamala. He kind of was like, we're not going back, we're going forward. What is that? Like he had to make up something to be like he didn't like
it.
You
can tell you already had like the Biden, maybe it was a lot of good. I mean, he had some good Biden stuff, and he had a good I don't want to say his jokes, I guess.
Yeah, don't say his jokes.
But then he had something about Mitch McConnell, which was pretty good.
Yeah, he went on a couple of, but like Sal said, that was one issue. And watching his sets last night, I will say he was funny.
Yeah, it's not just that. Everyone acts like it's just one thing, and you see it, and that's a problem, I think, in the society now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we take one soundbite and run with it, right? That's it. It's like someone says one thing and then they're canceled. Right, they're done forever.
Right,
it's like, well, he said one thing, and
especially a comic. I mean, there is a good new soundbite though. About I'm a black Nazi.
Oh, Mark, whoever from North Carolina.
Yeah, he's trying to run for governor.
Oh my goodness,
anti-trans stuff, and now he only does trans porn. Or he loves trans porn.
Oh, dude, hold up. That was so funny. I read that because I saw the interview where he was like, people. I can't discuss people taking your identity and doing a thing. It's way too much for that, too much information. But once I read everything about it and looked at what year it was and how long ago it was, I was like, oh, yeah, this is you.
I want to use his real name, too.
Yes, his real name, his real pictures. He had no clue. Back in 2007, This dude had no clue that he was ever gonna run for office and do this stuff. So he was out there all willy-nilly on every website, putting his real name
Yeah.
and picture and doing the
I ain't
thing.
never even heard of that one. Like Reggie is like knows all the porn there is out there. And when he said nude Africa, you didn't even know about that one, did you?
What? But I don't know all of the whole thing. I know everything that they talk about in the general public, right? The U, right, and the red, the U porn, I guess, or U porn, right? And then the red. Listen, all I'm saying is I just know a couple spots, just as an adult who reads the paper, who
The paper. You know, the paper, they're always talking about it.
yes, in the paper, right?
Have you ever heard of nude Africa?
No,
I haven't heard of
never
that
heard of
one.
that. You gotta dig deep for that one. That's
How did he find it? I wonder.
that's you know that you find that by going what we call down the rabbit hole. It's like you keep clicking and you click and you click and you click, and then you find yourself in a place where you go, "How the
Yeah.
fuck did I get
Yeah, you're like, how am I here? I better use my real name and email.
here?" You're like, "How am I here?" And then you're like, "How do I get out of here?" And then how is all my information not stolen right now? Like, am I on some watch list, like some dark web watch list now because I just kept clicking, right? So yeah, man, this guy, he's done a whole thing. It was a whole lot. And he did not have a valid defense. All he could say was, "Oh, I can't get into the minutia of people taking your information in this age." It's like, yo, this is not today, bro. This is not 2024.
Right.
This is 2007, and you was doing that shit.
No, I don't think it was 7 years ago. So I think it was 2015
Was it
or
20,
2015 or I don't
2017
know.
maybe?
Who knows?
15, 17. Whatever
Whatever.
it wasn't that long ago, and it was him.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's just
so he
yeah, it's
might be
funny.
done, which is good because he was a Republican, and then he called himself a black Nazi, and I'm like, ugh, what does that even mean? A black dude who don't like Jews,
Yeah, it's
right?
stupid.
Like that's stupid. Like what is dumb? But either way, hopefully he's done and he loses. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's such a crazy time.
yeah. I hope he loses. So in North Carolina, you guys need to go ahead and do the right thing. This dude done played himself, right? Now look, he can watch whatever kind of porn he wants, and he can like whoever he likes and doesn't like whoever he likes. But you can't be the person who watches a thing and then turn against the people.
Yeah, don't hate.
Don't hate, right? Like, just be yourself, man. But yeah, hopefully he's done.
There was another
That's what
one.
we
There
got to
was
worry about.
it's funny because I didn't even know all this, and then people put it out, but like that guy that happened, Matt Gates is in trouble now again.
Again,
So
underage
that
girls.
girl, the underage girl, now they have witnesses, three witnesses to say he was at a party with her. She was naked. There was cocaine and marijuana and all this stuff. So
Wait, wait. For the
and
record,
ecstasy.
okay, let's throw this out here. Let's address this real quickly. Um, they should not be throwing marijuana into the same substance with
Right.
cocaine,
Exactly,
right? With
exactly.
cocaine, and what'd you say the other one was?
Ecstasy.
And ecstasy. You can't lump marijuana in with coke and X. All right,
No.
let's just take the marijuana out because that was not a deciding factor in any of this stuff. But the cocaine and the X, absolutely.
Yeah.
So three people have come forward saying that they saw him at a party with her, and she was. Wait, hold up. What kind of party is this where a young girl is naked and?
It was a fucking party, bro.
Oh, okay, it was one of those kind of
Yeah,
parties.
it was a nude Africa party.
Or better yet, it was a what do they call it? What did he have in a freaky the the freaky weekends or the
No,
freaky
that's Puff Daddy. You're getting him confused
what did I
now.
say?
You said freak, the freak offs. That's
The freak
Diddy.
off. No, I'm talking about that. Yeah, that's Diddy. But I was saying maybe he was at a Diddy like
Oh, okay.
right?
A Gates one.
A Gates one, but it wasn't a freak off. It was a freaky deaky,
No, it's got to
whatever.
be something with minors.
Ah, that's
Uh,
disgusting. Is he done now? So is he done?
no, no, there's no like whatever, dude. These people are like slithering. It slips right off of them.
So what's his defense? It wasn't me.
Yeah, they had no comment. And then there's another one. I didn't even know this. It was some friends of mine who are gay who I follow on Instagram. That's where I'm learning it. It's not even national news.
Okay.
But this guy is an anti-gay activist, and his name is what is your name? Corey A. DeAngelis,
Okay.
and he's a far right weirdo, but he used to do gay porn.
Shut the F up. Are you serious?
He said that woke mind virus is in our schools because they're teaching actual history. And then, yeah, they're just saying how he was doing gay porn, revealing a telltale shot of him in an old adult film called Jerk Off Race.
Good Lord. Oh, okay. Okay.
Um,
And so now, so he did gay porn and now he's against gay porn.
yeah.
Maybe he didn't get paid. Maybe he didn't get paid. He was like,
Yeah.
what? I took all that and y'all ain't gonna pay me. Man, forget it. Y'all was gay porn.
I'm anti.
I'm anti-gay porn now. Dude, what is up with these guys? How many Republicans do we have to catch lying about their sexuality or being
Right.
complete opposite or whatever, right? Like, used to have a joke about a guy in Minnesota who was like, no gays allowed, but he's the one in the airport, like tapping feet,
Right.
right?
There's
Yeah.
so many. You're
There's
right.
so many, dude. Like it's always they get mad. I think what happens is they're in that world and they get their heart broken, right? They become jilted lovers or whatever,
Mhm.
and then they're like, you know what? I'm sick of this. Gay dudes ain't treating me right, so now no down with gay.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. It's whack. It's whack. These dudes they're jokes, man. They are. They're jokes.
I remember I dressed up for Halloween one time.
As a gay dude? No.
Well, hidden, closeted gay. He was a Republican guy who got busted for something like that. It was like 2012 or
Okay.
11. And so I wore a suit and I put some flour in my hair so I looked a little older. And then I had Max Curry stripped down and just wear underwear and I put a dog leash on him and I
Oh,
walked on
you
stage.
did a punchline like that one.
Yeah, and I was dressed up. And I got a picture with Ellie Wong. She was
Yes.
C-3PO and Greg Edwards is in it and Shang and I'm that guy in the suit.
Yeah, I
That's why
remember
I'm
that.
wearing that
I
suit.
do remember that.
I'll have to pull
Second
that
ahead of
up.
his time, y'all.
Yeah, they were doing it for a long time. All right, so now we got to talk about Diddy.
Boy, I don't know all the details around
See,
this.
this is another thing, man. Fuck AI. Trump uses a fake image to try and link Kamala Harris to Diddy's freak offs.
Are you serious?
Like, why are we getting
Dude,
to this point?
see, this is the problem that I have with AI.
Yeah.
This is the problem that I have with AI. And I know people who are like, AI is the future and this is what it's going to be. And I'm like, yo, if AI is involved in our future in any significant way, then we have a very bleak future because people are manipulating images and information the way they have been for a long time. But now it's even more believable. All
Yeah,
right.
and like when you're a presidential candidate doing it.
Dude. And he's supposed to be, we're supposed to take him serious, or people take him serious. He's legitimately like lying, bold-faced lying.
Okay.
And I'm not, but
Yeah.
people last night, Michael Rappaport said, well, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. These are the dude, if your answer is not clear, you have one who is a compulsive liar, criminal, thief, womanizer. It's very clear that
Right.
this person is not a good person.
Right.
Forget about everything,
Right.
just the fact that he's not a good person.
Right.
And then you have another person who is a good person, who's not a bad person, who doesn't say dumb shit, who hasn't been doesn't have 34 felonies, who hasn't been accused of sexual assault, who hasn't had to make payouts, who hasn't refused housing to people of color,
Mhm.
who hasn't attacked immigrants from various parts of the world.
Go on now.
Um, damn, I'm almost running out. Now, who hasn't race baited, right?
Hmm.
Who hasn't courted white supremacists and entertained them at his Mar-a-Lago estate, right? Or his golf course or whatever. Like this dude who hasn't been, I don't know, married how many times and slept with porn stars and then lied about it and another person who everyone who has surrounded him or been around him is locked up.
Right. There's a
It's,
lot. Yeah.
it's a lot of people who are associated with. I mean, come on, Rudy Giuliani at one point was like America's mayor,
Yeah.
right? After 9/11, everyone loved Rudy Giuliani. And then he aligned himself with this guy, and now he's been disbarred,
Right.
and he's got to pay millions of dollars to people in Georgia for defamation, like lying about whatever and using their
And
name
that
to
was sad
defame him.
too, lying about,
The election,
two black women just trying to
do
take
their
the
job.
election work. Yeah.
And then this guy incited a riot to
Yeah.
overturn the government
Yeah.
on January 6th. So why is he even an option? The other
Yeah.
person, the other person that I can say right now, Kamala Harris, hasn't done any of that shit. She didn't put that in it. So why is there even a
Yeah, they took a
conversation?
picture and they put Diddy's face over Montel Williams, who she was dating in 2001. And then they asked if she was engaged with the freak off. So we were fucking, I just hate this shit. And then like went after Taylor Swift and put fake images, and then Taylor went out and supported Kamala.
Well, she had to
Oh yeah.
because there were AI generated images of
Yeah.
her, and she was like, "I normally wouldn't do this, but because there's false information about me," and look, in her response, she was very clear. She said, do your research, support the candidate that supports the ideas or things that are important to you, right? She's
Mhm.
not trying to sway anyone's vote by saying, this is who I'm voting for, vote for. But she says, do the research. I've done the research, and my beliefs align with Kamala Harris, and so I will be supporting Kamala Harris. That's what she said. And all of a sudden, this presidential candidate
Yeah,
or
I
the person
hate
who was
her.
up for the
I hate
presidency,
her. What an
he
idiot.
tweets on his little platform, whatever it is, Truth, whatever. I hate Taylor Swift. What? Are we in middle school? Are we in middle school? Are we in middle school? Is this middle school?
His mentality is.
He is a child. It's elementary. Anybody who can take that person seriously, an adult who says, because someone says they don't like him or they're not supporting him, then he's like, you know what? I hate them. This is middle school, bro. I hate
Yeah,
Taylor
she don't
Swift.
support me because yeah.
She doesn't support me, and so I don't like her. And people are like, that's acceptable behavior for a presidential candidate. Well, look, not for me. I want a president who's smarter than I am, and I don't think that he's smarter than me. I think he's
Not
been
even
lucky.
close.
He's been lucky, but he's not smarter than me. So,
All right, so the Diddy is a big accidentally muted it. Okay, so
okay,
Diddy's a big thing. And so I looked up the accusations here.
okay. I know trafficking,
Yeah, so yeah, kidnapping, drugging,
racketeering.
coercing women in sexual activities, sometimes through the use of firearms and threats of violence. Uh
Whoa.
he had these freak offs. So they raided his home. They found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Okay, but that's not a crime.
But 1,000? How do you need that much?
Dude, it's not a crime though. I mean, that's a lot of baby oil. Yeah,
Isn't
when
that
you're trying to be
true? Is that different?
nah, when you're trying to be slippery and slide,
I don't get that. People like to
trying
do
to be
that. It
shiny,
looks messy.
trying to be shiny. Maybe there's a lot of slipping and slide. But being honest, it's not a crime to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I mean, people go to Costco and order like buy 100 and 200.
I'm wondering how many bottles of baby oil you got hidden here, Ed. Should I get that
I
out of baby oil?
I don't have any because Diddy bought all of them. There's none available for the public.
I also get over 700 dildos. Did you hear about that one?
Over 700.
Yeah, how many do you need?
And how many are there? Like how are there 700 dildos? Really? Like I don't even okay. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean the most you probably need or what? Five?
That's a lot.
And that's a lot, right? But I'm not very well versed on the dildo industry, so obviously I don't know what's going on, but 700, that's a lot. Okay, so but that's not a crime. Once again, it's not a crime to have a bunch of dildos.
Damn,
Okay.
yeah, there's a few rape accusations here.
Now see, that's where the water's getting
Wow,
murky.
her and her friend when she was 16.
Oh, underage too?
Lisa Gardner said that. And then these are all in the 90s. It's so crazy you get along for away with it for so long.
Well, I mean, they're just now coming forward. Why didn't they come? This and look, I'm not trying to.
College student. She claims she filmed the attack and showed it to other people. Oh, he filmed the attack and showed it to other people, drugging and sexually assaulting her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Joy Dickerson Neal accused Diddy of drugging and sexually assaulting her in 91 when she was a college student.
Whoa, 91. I
Yeah.
mean, that goes way back. That's before Biggie. Biggie came out in 94, and he was with LaFace Records at that point. Or maybe he was still in college, actually. He was at Howard. So this happened at Howard? And he recorded it? How did he record it? With a video camera, a VHS?
They were just like, yeah, you could have had back then, there little cameras you could do. Let's
Wow.
see.
Okay, so you're talking about rape charges from 2000 from
I mean,
1991.
there's just so many. Look at all these. I mean, I can't go
Cassie
through it all,
assault
man. Cassie
video.
assault video leaked. You saw that when
Yeah, I
he
saw that. That was,
in the
yeah, he was out of
hallway.
pocket for that one. He was drunk, but that was
Another
huge.
model sues. See, that's the thing though. When one person has the courage, they all come
They
out.
all
And,
come
and,
out.
and that's another thing. I was thinking, like, why didn't Diddy just become a porn director? Because it seems like that's what he wanted. Like,
That's what he should have done.
he hires male prostitutes and he jerks off to it to watch him have sex with these women. But then I was thinking it's because he doesn't have the control. Because if you have like a porn star and stuff, you have to, treat them with respect and then they have the power. But if it's someone they don't even know and you're tricking them into doing it, and maybe there's something about that, like, because you could just set up your own thing with actors and stuff and actresses,
But
but
you gotta remember too, like he's a businessman. He's trying to be in a certain industry. He probably doesn't want to be known publicly as that, even though it
but that
sounds
would have
like
been better than what's happening now.
absolutely.
That would have been legal. It's like, I don't want anyone to know I'm in a porn, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
force these women and make them do it. And they're like, what am I in now? What is happening?
that is the epitome of absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah,
These guys get to a point where they have so much power and control that they think that they're above the law.
right. They could
Right?
do
They
anything.
can do anything. And, honestly, man, I've talked to a couple people about this, but it's like, yeah, there's a point where you get so much money where your boundaries are not the same. Your options are not the same. Your life is not the same. People don't treat you the same.
Right.
So you get to a place where you feel like you can legitimately do anything because you can have anything. You can purchase anything under the sun. You can go anywhere under the sun. Right. And so people treat you, and we live in a world where people, they put celebrities on pedestals,
Hmm.
right? And they put themselves in positions that they can be compromised or, taken advantage of simply because this person is well known or they have a lot of money or you've seen them in a thing. So people willingly put themselves in positions, but that doesn't mean that they should be abused or taken advantage of or used in some way, right?
Right.
Um, but yeah, man, it's a different world when there's a certain level.
Yeah. Diddy's had a tough September. September 10th, he no showed at a court hearing. It was virtual. Couldn't even show up virtually.
Yeah, you're tripping for that one.
The
Did he get
lawsuit.
held in contempt?
Well,
Or
let's
maybe
see.
his lawyer just had to show up.
Lawsuit filed against him by Derek Lee Cardello Smith, a Michigan inmate who claimed the star drugged and sexually assaulted him at a party in Detroit in 1997. The no-show led to a default judgment against Combs, who was ordered to pay Smith $100 million.
What?
The judgment was later set aside after the musician's lawyers filed an appeal. Then the next day, September 11th, 2024, girl band star sues Dawn Richard, who was in his group project Danity Kane.
Okay.
She joined Combs in the band, alleged that the musician assaulted her sexually on multiple occasions by touching her body as well as verbally abusing and overworking her. September 16th, Combs is arrested. His lawyer said he cooperated. There are acts of an innocent man. Charges and details of freak-offs revealed.
Oh boy.
They described him as the head of a criminal enterprise that abused women, threats of violence, freak-offs with elaborate produced sex performances, highly organized parties. He had like IVs and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So it'd go on for days.
Okay, so wait.
And they would get new sheets and everything for these hotel rooms. And
Wow.
yeah, it's just
Okay,
crazy.
so let's get down to brass tacks. So this dude is freaky, right? Ain't nothing wrong with being freaky. I mean, there's swinger parties where people go in
Here, here, let me.
but when you're taking it, you're drugging people, then that's where you talk
Yeah,
about.
it says the booked hotel suites, recruited sex workers, distributed drugs, cocaine, meth, oxycodone, coerced partygoers into sex and keep them obedient. His staff arranged travel for the victims and organized the supply of intravenous fluids to help them recover from the parties, which sometimes lasted for days. Combs taped the freak-offs and used the footage to pressure his victims into silence. Wow. If convicted, he could face a sentence
Life.
of up to 15 years to life.
Okay. And look, man, if all this stuff is true and it comes out to be true and they can prove whatever, then you're gonna be hanging out with R. Kelly.
Yeah, I say it's is it trafficking? Not if everybody wants to be there, so that's going to be the test. But down. I mean, what happened? My microphone?
It's changed to Yeti and will not be used.
Oh no, it's right. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why it said that.
Did you get the AirPods? I mean, look. I don't think there's anything wrong with having sex.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
No, there's nothing wrong with having 1,000 bottles of baby oil. There's nothing wrong with having 700 dildos, right? There's nothing wrong with having sex parties if it's consensual. If everyone is there by their own will and desire to be there, then that's just what it is, right? So they have to prove, but these people are coming forward and saying that they were drugged and taken advantage of. Now that's where you're gonna have to prove his word against theirs. Now, if he's got video footage and you can clearly see that people are unconscious and being taken advantage
Like
of,
zombies.
yeah, then it's hey man, he went too far.
I got a question. Do you think if Biggie was still alive, he would have put up with this?
No.
Because I think I don't know if he would be able. I don't see Biggie lasting days doing that kind of stuff where he would need an IV. So I can just he'd be like, "They're too freaky for me." Puff.
Well, the thing is too, man, is Biggie passed at 24. He was young.
Mm.
And when you're young and you got money and you got power and you got access, then you might actually do some dumb shit early. And then as you get a little older, or maybe, you may be,
I mean, why do you think Biggie wouldn't put up with it?
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, you listen to some of his songs, Big hid in the closet. He was banging out some NBA player's wife, and the dude came home, he hid in the closet. So he might have been open to something. I don't know. And during that time, and look, I've talked about this too, but during that era in hip hop, there was a lot of it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, right? It was also Bell Biv DeVoe, that girl is poison, right? That whole thing is like, yeah, she's a whatever. Me and the crew used to do her, right? There was that whole era of in hip hop and in music where, sometimes art imitates life,
Mm.
right? Where people were in this idea and this world that women are uh, objects to be used and passed around,
Mm.
right? And
Mhm.
so if that's what the music was about, and these guys were kind of on the rise in that time, then it's not surprising to me that they potentially were in situations where they had young people or women and trying to live the life that they were singing about or singing about the life that they were living,
Mhm.
right? So would he have been a part of it based on that era in music? There was a chance, right? Like
Yeah, I
whatever
just
was
don't
going
know if he
on.
would have been able to last the whole freak off. He'd probably come in and like, I gotta go, I gotta give me a burger or something.
Sounds like I don't think he was physically capable. So
He's like, hey, baby, baby.
exactly. So basically, Biggie might have been exempt from this, not because he didn't want to do it, but because
He couldn't.
he didn't have the lung capacity to keep up.
Baby, baby, gotta go.
Oh, oh, I gotta get out of here. Oh, and then he leaves before it gets too crazy. And then word comes out, they're like, well, Big was never there. He left early, right? Like,
I love this podcast. Two guys on a couch talking gay porn.
yeah, it could just be just
Well, Biggie's the one hiring the gay prostitute.
actually, that might be the new name.
Male
Maybe
prostitute.
we should change that to the new name of the podcast.
Oh, we would get way more ratings.
Well, not gay porn. We say two guys on the couch talking about.
And you have to have your shirt off, and then it would really sell.
You
We get that baby oil, you got hit it back there, and just oil yourself up.
gotta have a baby oil.
I mean, you
Well,
defended it.
because I would be shiny. If I had the baby
Yeah,
oil,
you
right now, if
shine.
I had the
Yeah.
baby oil, I'd be shiny.
You say you got no hair. Reggie's a hairless man. It's so. I'm a hairy Italian. Yeah, let's see if we can get in there. See my look at mine. You can see him coming off. Look at Reg, not a hair.
No.
So I'll never hit.
Yeah. Look at my face, man. I'm not a
Mm.
not a hairy dude,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
my chest is I got a couple strands of hair on my chest. I got a couple.
Bigger is like no hair for you. We're gonna keep your penis the same size as 8 years old, and no growth.
That's
The couch, baby. The couch brings it out.
I've gone too far. Dude, all I'm saying is basically my ancestors were in a very hot and warm
Oh yeah, I guess you
location.
wouldn't need hair.
Yeah, I didn't need hair. So my ancestors were like good. We're like, we don't need hair.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I'm a big history guy.
Yeah, you see, like you get all these really hairy people they probably lived, their ancestors probably were in really cold climates.
I mean, I am Italian, but I'm lucky I'm not a hairy Italian. Like I don't have it on my back and stuff. And like we know people, like Grant Lyon.
Yeah. Oh, is he like a fur?
Oh man, on the back. And like we did a thing, I'll have to find it. I should just try and find it for you. But we filmed one of our first sketches we did. We were in a group called Four in the Back sketch group. And he and his sister bought him a back shaver
Jeez.
for his birthday or for Christmas.
It was that bad?
And we went down to Fisherman's Wharf and tried to find people who were willing to shave his back.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And
shave his back. Ugh.
yeah, it was definitely it was pretty foul.
Yeah.
And people weren't really into doing it though. But I mean, good for him.
Dude, I'm not hairy. Look, I'm gonna show you. I have, just for the record, I have never cut the hair in my armpits. Ever.
Wow.
Right? I've never touched it, never cut
I mean, it's probably all like curly and stuff though.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, it's like curly. It's never grown. See me.
That's it.
I have to. Mine will grow out.
That's
it's not.
You can't even tell. You're like, is that shadow?
Man, dude, when we get together in a room, we do some freaky ass shit, bro.
Dude, there's no hair. Like, yeah. So I used to, as a kid, I was my best friend as a kid had this big mustache in 6th grade.
That's
like a real one, not like one of those.
Yeah, not like that little shadow.
No, this dude had straight up mustache.
okay.
And I was like, man, I want a mustache. How come I don't have a mustache? And I did. I mean, I went as far as put my mom eyeliner on my lip trying to make a mustache.
Shut up. You did that? You were wearing makeup as a little kid?
Slow down.
Slow down.
Slow down. I put it on my top lip, going out to like a school party one time, a couple times, like just a little bit. Just trying to make a little mustache, man.
What if you sweat? You look like Rudy Giuliani.
I didn't know anything about sweating. I didn't know anything about makeup. I just know that I put some on my top lip. And
Did anyone go up to you like, man, your facial hair look good?
No one noticed it. Because I got there and then I ended up like looking at myself and being like, oh, this is terrible. And I just wiped it off. But it's kind of crazy because it's smeared and it was all dark. But luckily I'm dark, so you couldn't really tell. But
That's fun. I mean, I never.
But my buddy, he had a full-on mustache. Shit, by the time we got to high school, this dude was damn near rocking a beard.
That's crazy,
Just
dude.
a hairy guy, right? But not like super hairy. Like his arms were hairy. He had hair on his chest, but his back wasn't hairy. His legs were kind of hairy, but he wasn't like a big fur monster. His hair grew out early.
Okay.
Light skinned brother. But me, I was like, yo, my joint. And then at some point, as I got older, the girls kind of like some girls like the smooth. They'd be like, "Ooh, that's so smooth and soft." There you go. Oh, that's all I got. It can't be nothing else.
Here, I'll show this video to you, and I'll screen record it so then I could share it with the people. I keep forgetting to talk into the microphone. All right. Oh, let me turn up the volume. All right.
Look at young Sal.
I know back then. Where the fuck? Why ain't this working? What's wrong with the sound, Reg?
That was great.
Ah! Why isn't it not working?
It's probably going to your earphone, your earbuds, right?
Nah, I just shut that off. There we go. Okay.
I remember this.
I finally realized that I needed help with my back
I'll just play it on there.
when my sister for Christmas this past year gave me a back shaver. Talk about the most thinly veiled suggestion ever.
I don't know if that's thinly veiled. I think that's pretty direct.
Going through the trenches of your
Look at that video footage.
How did this happen? What prank is God playing on me right now? What do you think about back hair?
on a man or a woman?
On a man.
Look at that guy said on a man or a woman.
But help me shave my back.
Grant is a single guy, and he's kind of lonely. And we're trying to see if we can get girls who would be willing to shave his back hair for him.
Oh.
Because
I need help. I'm not gonna get a date until my back's shaved. What? No girl wants to Hey bro, do you have back hair?
It's like,
What do you think?
Girls like hair out your ass, don't it?
I'm too hairy
Hey,
for
hold
a
on, pause,
product
time
from a
out,
man
pause
group.
that. He just asked the guy, "Are you gonna play this whole video on the thing?"
I'll tell you like that up to that. That was pretty
He
good.
asked the guy, an older white guy walking by. He's like,
Hey,
"Hey, do you have hair on your back?" And the guy's like, "What do you think? Girls like hair coming out your ass."
that is real hair. Go for it.
Which way?
Just any place you want. Just one little. Wait, I'm nervous. Do you know how to do
Guy
this? Are you
filming
gonna
him?
kill me? Something they don't tell you, wax, not very good for your pores. Yeah,
Oh
one
my
time when
goodness,
I
dude, he
waxed
looks
my
like
back,
Teen Wolf.
yeah, instead of having back hair, I had
This is
back
crazy.
hair. Great. That's
But
a
I know
good look
Grant.
for a
I
25-year-old
never-
male.
He's got a mustache now that
look like a
covers his-
15-year-old
Oh,
McDonald's
yeah, he's got
employee.
that big stash now.
Awesome.
It's surprising how many people are willing to actually
She
shave
said,
this
she
dude's
said,
back a little
yeah,
bit.
with the
though.
shirt on, you look great. Just never take your shirt off around girls. You're gonna be like the fat kid in a swimming pool, like trying to have sex. No, I can't take my shirt off.
That's funny.
Oh, this part. So look at this.
Is she waxing?
She put the shaving
my
cream on
God.
it.
Oh,
I
she's
don't know.
smart. She put the shaving cream.
That's gonna ruin my razor.
Oh, but she's. Oh, dude.
Can I-
Watch this.
You were the second one. The first one was very nervous, and she just did one little.
You didn't want to
swipe
use
and
an
then
electric
ran away.
shaver?
Nah, I want to try to cut his
that
back.
electric thing you got.
Oh, he does. Oh, yeah, we tried to do
Electric
that.
thing.
Oh,
see,
my
it's working.
God.
Don't worry, it's working. Oh, do you want to keep this as a souvenir?
Watch this.
Of the day? Are you sure?
Not really.
It'll be great. Keep it as a souvenir.
Trying to get way in the back.
What about you? You want some? You'll always remember this day. You can put this
we're
on your
making
wall.
a YouTube
All
reaction.
right, we're gonna
that's
release it
this.
to the wind.
That's what happens.
It landed on that lady. I think he has hundreds.
Yeah, he's doing well with it. I messaged him a couple weeks ago, and he was up in Oregon at Portland doing one.
At a board game convention.
Yeah.
There's a convention for everybody.
Somebody asked to be on the third, and I forgot I was going to talk about it.
Asked about
Wanted to be a guest to promote his music album, Bert DeVitri.
really.
Yeah.
But he has an album. Bert DeVitri?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a kids album or not, because he's done kids albums before.
Okay.
It might be. I'm not sure what it is
All right,
actually.
yeah, we can talk about it off air and see what's up. I mean, we got to figure out like logistics. Got the music.
The music, yeah, that's right.
The music, see what the music is about. But so yeah, back to this whole Diddy thing.
I mean, he's done, dude. He went to jail. They're not letting him out. I don't
Yeah,
think he's ever coming out.
Well,
He should have escaped when he had his chance. He was in Central Park earlier that day. There's video of him hanging out in Central Park. Oh, you know he's a flight. He'll take the fuck off the second, like what's his name, dude, from Def Jam,
That's
Russell
what-
Simmons.
Russell Simmons?
was mentioned in the Me Too situation.
Mhm.
It was mentioned, and then Russell Simmons was gone.
What happened?
Wherever.
No, he came back.
Something happened, and he came back. You know, I saw him right before he left.
How? Where'd
I was, I mean, I was hosting at a gala, and him
Oh.
and who's the guy? Usher.
Okay.
And they were both there, and it was the place where Richard Pryor recorded Live on the Sunset Strip.
Oh,
And
man,
The
Chinese
Palladium. No, the Palladium, yeah.
Okay.
And
I was there, and I'm supposed to be professional, do my thing, but like a comedy, I just want to like talk.
so I had to go up to him, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm a comedian, and I love everything you've done with Def Jam."
Okay.
And I was like, and I mean, this is amazing. This is where prior to the Live on the Sunset Strip. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, man, thanks." But he was kind of standoffish the whole time to everybody. And they found out just
Or the day before he got
was about this, about
dropped, and then like literally a few
after it went
down,
He was gone.
yeah, he dropped. He was gone.
He was gone. That dude.
He was like, I'm out. Because I know there were some moments with him and models or whatever. That's what the whole thing was about. It was
That he had some moments with.
full of models. He was really into the models, which is kind of weird because they're all like, super slender and like it's just there's nothing about him that brings a lot to the table in a certain way. But his ex-wife, Kimora Simmons, was an ex-model.
okay.
But yeah, so that dude name got mentioned in the Me Too movement, and then that dude left the country, and then it was like, yo, he ain't even here, so they stopped talking about him. I mean, I'm sure it still went through litigation and whatever else, but yeah, he was gone, gone.
He gave up his role on Def Jam Like his
Yeah.
chair.
So it says he gave it up. Cruz accused him of attempting to influence him to take back sexual assault allegations that Cruz had recently brought up against film executive Adam Bennett, asking that Cruz give him a pass, asked that he be reinstated. Yeah, a guy named Adam Bennett was a film exec, and then he was trying to get it dropped.
And Russell was trying to get it dropped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Man,
see.
Terry Crews is a big dude. I don't know how you try to.
Five women accused Simmons of misconduct. Simmons denied it, and to Rolling Stone, shocked him to his core. I'm devastated. Any reason? Filmmaker alleged raped her. A lawsuit by Jane Doe alleged that she was assaulted by her boss Russell Simmons in the '90s.
Jeez.
Another disrespect. So accusers.
Okay, man. You know, I think these dudes are confused, man. I think a lot of guys are confused. I think these guys really think it's consensual, right? Like they really feel like, wait.
Oh, they removed his name from All Def Jam comedy, All Def comedy from HBO. Meanwhile, right beforehand, I'm like, hey, man, Def Jam, huh? Yeah, they're taking my name off it. Which he insists that rumors of him being unable to freely return to the U.S. are false. What bullshit. You're coming here because of that.
It ain't that I can't come back. I don't want to come back.
The people say that I somehow can't come home when I'm there all the time. Where's on you? I'm always in LA. I'm always in New York, Miami. I never feel unsafe in America.
All right. Well, I don't know. The microphone's not registering, so we're just gonna wrap up on a fun two guys on a couch.
Two guys on a couch telling stories, talking about stuff.
Dudes.
Two dudes.
Not
Two dudes on a couch. Yeah, that's not a bad title, actually. I'm open to that. Maybe I'll start my own independence series on the couch with Reggie.
what happened to two dudes?
Well, just now it just changed.
It's
It's gonna be my lightweight pseudo therapy for the world, right?
I hope this is probably gonna be all echoey, this part, but
That would be all right.
Whatever.
We keep it down. All right, man. Well, let's see. The world is crazy. The election's coming up soon.
Oh, Reggie,
Two choices.
Reggie had a friend come to the show last night, and he
I didn't know he was coming.
oh, he didn't, and he was a fan of the podcast, and he's like, oh, I got to see Anthony Bourdain in person.
Yeah. That's a shout out to Valentino Green.
Yes.
Coming through.
I liked his he had some shirt about rubbing his nuts together or something. I don't know what that was.
It was Valentino. Valentino. And I that's in public, so I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, Valentino's funny, man. Valentino's funny. He's a good dude, though. I like
cool.
Valentino.
All right. Anything else, Reg?
Let's see. We got two candidates to choose from. One is a convicted felon and sexual abuser, womanizer.
We covered the black Nazi.
Covered the black, and the other candidate is not any of those things. So that's just a win right there, simply. We covered the black Nazi in North Carolina who's running for lieutenant governor. So that's clearly you're not voting for him, so he should be out of the race. That's a hit to them. We covered Diddy and his freak offs, but we also covered who was it before Diddy? Russell Simmons later. Diddy.
Oh, some the gay activist and Matt Gaetz.
Oh, Matt Gaetz. Yeah. Yo, that's crazy. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, this dude is back after denying it and kind of getting off a little bit now, so that's that. And oh, you know what? It's football season. You haven't said anything about the
Browns are 1-1.
Browns.
They're playing Rappaport's team tomorrow, the Giants.
Okay, there you go.
I'll see if he wants to go watch the game. He probably would be gone already.
Dude, that dude rushed out the club last night.
No, I've never seen anyone leave so fast. He was the first one out the door.
Dude, he walked off the stage like, "Thank you."
But he did come from the East Coast, and he was just got there, and I was so exhausted myself driving. Oh, that's a whole other thing. Let me talk. I can't talk with this microphone, but the electric car, we're not there yet, people. We'll talk about it next week. Remind me.
You want to do it next week? Okay.
Yeah, because it's not going to sound good on here.
Okay.
And
okay.
We're not there yet.
It's basically Sal. I'm just going to set it up for you. Sal rented a car in LA to drive up to the Bay. And, as Jerry Seinfeld says, they're very good at taking the reservation, just not so good at holding the reservation. So he went to go get a specific
This is the economy gas car.
gas combustible engine car, and they gave him an EV.
They're like, this is all we have.
And
Like,
he had to drive.
they go, you can wait a couple hours.
Oh,
Wait a couple, I gotta go.
go.
We don't know. Not everybody has to. Well, fuck, it doesn't matter what you know. I reserve the car, have the car.
For this time, exactly. And I worked in that industry, so I know.
Oh yeah, you know
yeah,
what
I
it
did.
is.
So,
and they don't take the blame. Aren't you supposed to take the blame a little? Is the customer always right?
yeah, but
Don't reserve the fucking car if they're not available.
They subscribe to that Donald philosophy. I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong. I'm always right. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful. But with that being said, Sal went to go pick up a car, and they didn't have a combustible engine car with gasoline. They had an electric car. And let's just say from LA to the Bay, chaos ensued.
There's not a lot of spots.
No, don't get into it. We're just talking about next week. So that's
close us out, Reg.
all right. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Two Guys on the Couch.
Two straight guys
Two
on
straight
the couch,
guys on the couch,
comparing their arm hairs
on the casting couch. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. This is the first time we got to do the podcast together, and it's phenomenal.
That's crazy.
It's really great.
Yeah, you got to come down to LA. We'll do it all the time.
You got to come up to the Bay.
I am now. It's your turn now.
Okay, I can dig that. That's fair. That's fair. So with that being said, I can actually do it the right way this time. I can say, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We love it. We're gonna keep doing it, and hopefully you'll keep joining us. And the best thing you can do for us is to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have a comment, please feel free to leave it. We love to hear what your thoughts and what you think about it. And if you have any suggestions of things you want us to talk about, or I'm just waiting for him.
I didn't interrupt it. I
know, I was waiting for the interruption.
I was like, I'm going to go silent interruption, and it still
I was
worked.
waiting for the interruption, but no interruption. So yeah, if you have anything you want to talk about, you have some comments or ideas about the podcast, please feel free to leave them. Sal loves to hear what you got to say, good or bad, right? So with that being said, I can say this now and actually be in the room. That's Sal Kalani.
Hey.
I'm Reggie Steele, and this is Spitballin'. Peace.